Hey guys, LordGlarp here. Thank you for taking your time to come with me on another MMORPG adventure. Today, we're going to be talking about Fractured Online. It's an isometric MMORPG open world sandbox game. Okay, it's not doing anything that I would consider to be like whole cloth new, right? It does have some pretty interesting concepts involving how you would build like a base, how you'd build a house, how you would interact with like an economy, and then how would you separate this world that you're building from other locations in the world lore wise. It's kind of interesting in that regard. You're not walking outside of town and fighting a troll village or something like that for experience. There's no experience gained in the game. Instead, you gain knowledge. Knowledge is gained from interacting with the environment, new things, discovering new things, which I think is pretty interesting. Your XP cap, as far as I can tell, would then be how much is there to discover in the world. So your knowledge base would increase as what there is to discover in the world increases. That's the best way I can explain it. It also has some pretty interesting concepts like learning new abilities and new skills by fighting new enemies and kind of observing and interacting with those new beasts and monsters. Kind of reminds me a little bit of enemy skill from Final Fantasy VII or the Blue Mage from the Final Fantasy series, where the more you interact with enemies and you observe them using powers and abilities, you can kind of learn how to do them yourselves. I think that's actually a much more interesting form of progression. Actually, if you mix that with the Mortal Online version of doing it, where you read books over time, actually those are pretty interesting systems to me. The one thing you have to understand is in this video you're going to see me playing the game. I didn't realize that in development that's actually on the roadmap. It says very clearly that there are going to be portals to other worlds, and you're going to kind of be able to pick which world you start on. And I think there's going to be three main worlds, kind of three main races. So I think the idea is supposed to be there are very few NPCs to fight because there are other players playing other races, and those are kind of in place of that. Enough of me blabbling on. Let's check out some gameplay footage and enjoy. Fractured Online. I don't know jack shit about this game. All I know is it's in closed beta. I think it's going to be a loot pinata kind of Diablo-esque game. So what do we got here? We got male, female. That's good. You can't see. It's weird because I feel like as a game developer, I just wouldn't put male, female, anything. But like, what if you? That's why I like things that have like a feminine, masculine kind of slider system. Like, yeah, you could make like a 7-foot tall dude with a beard, big old tits, and a big voluptuous ass, but you know, people will do that. I don't think it'll ruin your game aesthetically. So I'm gonna go with a masculine build. Oh my god, this man never skipped hand day. Jesus. It looks like if he straightened out completely, he could itch his kneecaps standing up. The portions seem more fair here. Oh, she got a broken wrist. Oh, ooh, the man bun. Ponytail, The Witcher. I don't know what I'm looking at. Yep, definitely got to have one of these. This is going to be in every game from now on. I noticed the Diablo 4 trailer dropped the announcement trailer for the Necromancer, and obviously they did this. Very edgy. Oh wow, that is it, huh? All right, so man buns, ponytails, Witchers, Islanders, and edgy boy. Judging by the character creator, I'm going to just assume that we're playing on an island and I'm stranded. Okay, we'll go from there. Background selection. The choice of background gives you a starting point for your adventure, but doesn't influence the future development of your character. Okay, then why would these be called? Why would this be hard? Arcanist. Ooh, you know how we feel about mages. If you've been in this channel before, you know how I feel about them. You don't understand the magic that brought you to a new world, but you feel ready to figure it out and harness its power. Ooh, relocate, healing, mage armor, fan of flames, firebolt. This is good stuff. This is where I live right here. We'll see if we can make a black mage in the fractured lands. Attribute selection. Ooh, attributes have been assigned according to your background. You can change them as you like, but think wisely since your choice is permanent. Ooh, ugh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I love character customization. I love the ability to customize my character. The problem with like an MMO allowing you to make mistakes that are permanent to your character. I remember being in Dalaran and having people inspect my character and look at my gems. You know, when I was first trying to really get into that progression rating, like I really wanted to give it a try. This officer of some guild, I was talking to him and he walked up to my character, didn't say anything for like a minute, and then just heard somewhere else. He disappeared. He didn't say a damn word to me. And I messaged him a couple times and then I got a whisper back that said, gems, get them. I was like, oh. Oops, because I had actually just got a new piece of gear. Like I had just traded in tokens, got a new piece of gear, and I hadn't done my gems for it yet. So he thought that I didn't know what gems were. So if you are going to allow someone to make permanent mistakes to their character, you definitely need to have descriptions on these. Like you highlight them and a pop-up pops up, even if that pop-up took over part of the space here. Just on the right of it. I get that you can move these and you can see movements on the right hand side and it says stuff, but the thing is intelligence is directly affecting my willpower. I don't know what willpower is in the context of this game. So willpower is typically your mental fortitude. It's your ability to resist manipulation, resist like being put to sleep magically, those sort of things. I'm assuming that's what it is, but the question I would give is there enough magic in this game to justify the pump of willpower? And is 1800 magic too much, not enough? And obviously these are things you'd have to learn in game, but if you tell me make a character and these choices are permanent, here's a base of information that you can make assumptions on, and I don't even know anything about the game. Maybe the game will have a respec and maybe the word permanent is just like it was coming on strong. I don't know. I know most spellcasters typically pump dexterity in other games because that affects the accuracy of their spells. I'm glad that they do give you a baseline. I'm just going to go with whatever they suggest. You know, if you're coming over from Dungeons and Dragons, which uses almost all these, like if you just swapped out perception for willpower, this would be a lot of tabletop RPGs stats. People respond much better to what they're used to. Welcome to the closed beta. Fractured Online is now playable 24/7 with no planned world or character wipes until release. Since this isn't a marketing beta, but a real one, there's still plenty of content that has to be added to the game and bugs are being expected. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm excited. I don't get closed beta access very frequently, so I don't really care what the game is. I want to play it and I want to learn about it. We learn together here, as always. Ugh. Guys, fellas, ladies, you could be anywhere in the world right now doing anything, watching any video, but you're here hanging out with me, and I appreciate you for that. I picked up a small stone. Okay, so we press C to open our character menu. Got all of our... Oh, respec right there. They said it was permanent, and it's not. Charisma and intelligence are both tied into mana. Oh, God. What does luck govern? Oh, man. Okay, this is a closed beta. Don't look too deep into it. Don't do what I'm doing and scrutinize things that don't really matter. Okay, WASD does nothing. Arrow to keys do nothing. I see that it wants me to use QWERT instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, which is kind of odd because it doesn't feel like they're doing anything. And I can't use arrow keys to walk around. What do we got? Skills and abilities. I got talent preset 0 of 5, ability preset 0 of 5. Ooh. Oh. 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 Sorry. Don't mind my noises, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, assassination, enchanting, Goblin Fire Shaman. Oh, that's pretty cool. If you have to like learn skills by fighting and killing things, that's going to be pretty dope. So it seems like the further you go this way, the more to like pure mage you get, and the more you go this way, the more like you're using your combat technique with your staves and wands and stuff. That's not based on a ton of information, so take that with a grain of salt. Very interesting though. Cool. Memorize. Ah, look at that. Look at that. So you go to a fireplace to assign your shit. That's kind of cool. That's actually pretty neat. That's a neat mechanic. Okay, so I can do, ooh, a teleporty boy. All right, what do we got? What do we got? And what did it want me to make? Rope. Craft rope. Done. Primitive mage staff in your inventory crafting menu. Primitive quarter staff. It says primitive mage staff. There it is. Cool. I got me stick. Go fight wolves. Here we go. Hunt wolves. I need to hunt 10 wolves. That's a lot of wolves. One may say that's an excessive number of wolves. I'm gaining knowledge points. I noticed that at the top of the screen it says knowledge points. I don't know if that's the equivalent to XP or if that's something else. Something about this, it feels like I've played it a very, very, very long time ago. That's the problem with all this like closed beta, early access bullshit, is that I don't know what that means anymore. It used to be closed beta meant the game was close. Like you could assume that whatever you're experiencing right now in the game is close to what the game is going to be. I don't know if this is early access, as in this is as early as they could allow the game to be played, which is more of like an early access thing, or is this closed beta, meaning we're so close to being done with the game, we'll just let people play until we launch. I don't know. The problem with not knowing that is those are two very, very different things. I'm gonna aggro like 3 wolves and see how long it takes them to like hurt me. This is something I've always disliked about MMORPGs. MMOs seem to give you this like this false sense of immortality. Like, I get that this is the tutorial and the tutorial's supposed to be easy. You don't want the tutorial to be something that deters people from playing the game. And someone might be like, well, it's, you know, it's the beginning of the game, but this doesn't give me a good gauge for anything. This doesn't set any form of expectation for the rest of the game. And again, it is just the first creature. It's closed beta, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I see it a lot. I see it a lot. If you're going to make a creature like that at the beginning, don't make it wolves. Don't make it like a fucking carnivore that could rip you to shreds, you know? Make it something more docile. Have your players go hunting for deer or something. Other players in an MMO, it's been so long. I've been playing a lot of dead MMOs for content, and it's nice to just see other living things. Pretty decent so far. Kind of, we're in tutorial land, so it's, you know, kind of meh. Good. Money. I don't have gold. Craft common clothes. I'm a broke man. Money wasn't part of the tutorial. People have filled the... Oh, someone probably thinks this is their personal inventory. It's mine now. Yay. Fuck you, guy. Thanks for the shit. We don't really have a person to sell to either. Oh, there's a village. I'm gonna go to this village and see if I can make a money. Now, the tutorial would almost suggest that I either already have money or I should know how to get money. I neither have it nor do I know how to get it. If it costs money, who am I paying? There's no people here. Why would it cost me money? It makes the big confuse. This looks like camps and stuff. So maybe there's some bandits or something that drop money. Phew, bet you weren't expecting that. Yeah. Take that. Give me your bandages. I've got so many bandages. Why do I even need bandages? These guys are hurting me. And I'm not aggroing them either. I'm gonna go to this walled area, see if there's like a boss-like creature there. If not, I guess we just gotta leave the tutorial because there's no way for me to continue the tutorial. Just a little base, nothing in it. That's it. That's too bad. That's a pretty big time commitment and a pretty large amount of confusion for no payout. Much unfortunate. Even if there was just like one NPC that could buy my shit from me, that'd be good. Well, it looks like we're just not capable of making the armor here, so I'll be leaving. Leave. I like these islands. Maybe we'll do this place. We'll do there. I have no idea. Maybe like level 900 area dragons everywhere. I don't know. No point of reference. When you highlight those little nodes, it probably should give you some kind of information. I imagine they're gonna fill this up with NPCs eventually. So there's no quests. There's no people for me to sell things to. I don't really know what I'm doing. This seems more like an open world survival game than it does an MMO, but it also does seem like there might be some theme park aspects to it. Can I have this? Ooh. Okay. That's neat. Unclaimed region. You can't claim this land parcel because it's within an unclaimed region. A region is considered claimed when a group of 20 settlers take possession of the city plot inside of it. Copper mines, coal mines. We have something here. Stage 15 Metropolis. So maybe these areas around are Stage 8 Village. I kind of wish I could see the other continent. Okay, so this is showing there are some like ownership lines going on. Definitely interesting. Super interesting. So you would need at least 20 people to kind of establish a territory. However, I have yet to be to a village, so I don't really know how that's going to work. This is going to be a long journey. I'm going to be running for a really, really long time, and then I'm going to figure out what I need to do that might require me to go to some discords or something. So I made the run all the way from up here, came all the way down, and I found a village. The village didn't have anyone in it and really had nothing in it. I have yet to run into another player. I don't know how you make gold, and every single craftable object requires you to have gold on top of a tax that the city charges. I can see that there are people who can put requests for certain things up, and then you can get paid for that. I just don't know where that gold comes from. But yeah, just to kind of recap, the whole world is just covered in these plots of land that you can build on. I also found out that if you want to build a house in an established kingdom, the house costs 4,000 gold to build initially, and then there's upkeep costs. It does seem like the game is pushing at you're becoming a citizen of a 100% player-owned world and economy, that there will be no NPCs, that every item is made by players, it's player-based governance and all that. And I don't have a ton of confidence in a game that is going to require thousands of players to just enjoy the game all at once in order for the game to survive. Because if they launch in obscurity, even if the game's amazing, the game's success and the game's mechanics require the populace to exist on such a scale that it's not a matter of good game, bad game at that point. It's just, did all of the players show up, and did they all show up at the same time? Because if I jumped into this game and I didn't see anyone, like I've been playing the game for 2 hours, because I haven't seen anyone, I don't want to play. Because it doesn't take me very long to realize that if there's not players here, then there's no point in playing, because the economy and everything is based off of player participation. I'm going to go immediately to their market because it seems like the whole life of this game exists to satisfy the market. And I'm going to look at, what is this, requests, right? Yeah. So this is people say we need these things, and if you get these things, you can immediately sell them for cash. So that's the shitty thing. Now, what I'm thinking is if you give this game some age and like thousands of players, then you're gonna have these requests like crazy. I can see this being pretty amazing. I could see this being something that would be really fun to interact with. As far like what's here works well, everything makes sense. The stage is set. That's the big thing. The stage is set right now. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this game though. If the whole map was working, if the whole map was functioning and there was an active economy going on, I would like it. And this would be a game that would almost force you to be social. I think the amount of time that I would have to put into this for an extraordinarily small amount of return isn't going to be worth it for a game that I have no interest in playing any more of. I'm massively interested in checking in on the game if it launches with a lot more people playing, maybe an open beta. Once it goes into open beta, I'll give it another try, see how it goes. Maybe I'll convince a couple communities to jump in with me. And maybe we can make a city and do some of the governance and stuff like that. That might be pretty fun. I'll be real with you guys. I'll be 100%. I'm gonna be like, smash that subscribe button, and punch the fuck out of that like button. And if you want to see more videos, leave a comment. Guys, I'm gonna make these videos no matter what, okay? Whether you do that shit or you don't. And if you like the video and you hit the like button, that's for me. That makes me feel good. That gives me the dopamine I need to wake up in the morning and get out of bed. And if you hit the subscribe button, that tells the YouTube algorithm that I am worthy of distribution. So that's really what it is. That's the truth of it. Likes are for me, subscribes are for YouTube, and comments just kind of help the whole slurry come together. I'll respond to any comments you leave. So leave a comment if you want to ask me a question or say hi, whatever. Helps add spice to the soup of which the YouTube algorithm slurps upon. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Until the next one, have a good one.